Hi, welcome back to OCVarsity.com and this week's boys basketball segment. I'm Dan Albano here with Steve Fryer breaking down all the action on the hardwood.
Yep.
And Orange County's top-ranked team, Steve, is in action tonight, but they will not have their coach with them, Coach Gary McKnight. Why will he not be making that road trip up to St. John Bosco?
Well, it was an interesting night for Coach McKnight last Friday, Dan. He gets an award from Nike for setting the state record for most career victories, and then during the game, I think he got a little too vocal with the officiating crew, and he got booted. And in the CIF Southern Section rules, you get kicked out of a game, you got to sit out the next game, whether you're a player or a coach. So Coach McKnight is not making the trip to St. John Bosco this evening.
You know, isn't it a tough balance a lot of times with basketball coaches and the officials? I mean, is the interaction more, and is there more to balance for basketball coaches where that you see in compared to other sports?
You know, you see a lot of polo, and I know it gets pretty verbal out there too. But I think, you know, maybe some coaches and some refs have a history.
Okay.
You know, maybe the button doesn't have to be pressed as deep, you know, for some officials and some coaching relationships. But, you know, and McKnight will get after the refs pretty good. You know, he wants to make sure that no refs are calling things favorably to the other team, because the other team's the obvious underdog. He wants it to be an even table. Right. And so he does get after it pretty good.
But he will be back on the sidelines with the Monarchs Friday. Big game.
Yeah. Orange
Lutheran,
right.
Mater Dei, two of the better teams in Orange County.
Right.
Last time these two teams played, it was not close.
Nope.
At all, though I expected that game to be closer. Can it be closer this time?
Well, you know, this is at Orange Lutheran, and certainly you kind of expect Lutheran to play better at home. And, you know, they maybe got those jitters out about, yeah, we got the chance to beat the #1 team and all that stuff. And now they kind of know what they have to do a little bit better. And the thing they have to do is they have to, you know, not give up any offensive glass, not giving up any offensive rebounds to Mater Dei, because Mater Dei will attack the offensive glass. And they're very quick going up and down the floor. And so you have to stop their transition game, and you have to stop them getting offensive rebounds if you want to, you know, be able to play with Mater Dei.
Is that task going to be easier for Orange Lutheran? Because the Ware brothers are not there. Mater Dei doesn't have the height, but you still got to box out. You still got to have to make some contacts and get your hands up and get some rebounds. Is it easier to do that for Orange Lutheran now that, you know, Mater Dei doesn't have the height that it did have last
That's a real
year?
good question, and you know, that's one thing we kind of thought about when we're looking at Mater Dei this year, is how they're going to be without the two big guys, the Ware twins, who are now at North Carolina. And but they've got a kid named Keala King, the kid who came down from Dominguez, like 6'6" guy. He jumps extremely well, gets up there, and he's got hang time when it comes to getting the rebounds. He's a very aggressive rebounder. Tyler Lamb can go get it some. You know, Caton Reinhardt will go get it underneath. Any loose ball somewhere around there, their point guard Tommy Stangl will get them. So they're still a very effective rebounding team.
Steve, what other good games we got on Friday on tap?
Got some beauties, man. I'll tell you, we got Canyon at Tustin, Los Al at Edison, even without Kyle Boswell of Edison, who's out for the year with a hand injury. It's a bummer for them. We've got Woodbridge at El Toro, and Woodbridge beat El Toro by a point first time around at Woodbridge. Valencia at Cypress. That's a very good game in the Empire League. Rancho's playing at Garden Grove. Tonight I'm going to go watch Grove play Santiago, two of the top teams in the Grove League. Capistrano Valley at Dana Hills, and last time Dana Hills beat Capo at Capo. We've got Mater Dei Lou, as we mentioned, and they had a very good game in the Orange Coast League, Laguna Beach at Calvary Chapel. So, slew of excellent basketball Friday night. Excellent.
Hey, one other quick question here before we hit the road. Any front runner for in your mind for a County Player of the Year as we're getting a couple weeks away from playoffs starting?
Nobody totally obvious. I think my favorite player in terms of an overall player is Tyler Lamb at Mater Dei, because I think he does everything so gosh darn well. So he may be a front runner guy, but then the two guys, you know, at Ocean View, Avery Johnson and Anthony Brown, fantastic players. In fact, we may have two teams representing the top 5 guys in our first team all-county team, with Gary Franklin, Tyler Lamb, and Keala King over at Mater Dei, and Avery Johnson and Anthony Brown at Ocean View. That might be our first team. Okay, well, hey, there's still a lot more time left to sort these things out.
Yes, and we'll enjoy doing that. And be sure to stay tuned to OCVarsity.com for the rest of this week of a very exciting boys basketball week, and especially toward Friday, as Steve pointed out, some big games coming up, highlighted by that Mater Dei Orange Lutheran clash. So until we see you next week, I'm Dan Albano, Steve Fryer. Thank you for joining us on OCVarsity.com, where we've got you covered.